Hello there, my name is Aaron and I like to kitbash old toys and model kits. And for those of you who are new to the channel, I'm making my own Star Wars Dark Universe world building. I have a planet called Plex that lies in the farthest deepest dark corner of the Star Wars universe, where only criminals and people who are running from something reside. Some parts of the planet are lawless, where only the bravest explore. Others try and harvest the red ore which grows deep in the heart of the planet. So this is technically the second part to my ARC video that I did way back, probably about 11 videos back now. Captain Pedro Savage, he's got a spaceship. I built a spaceship called the Ark. Well, this is the main spaceship where he travels to and resides, and this is called Noah Spacestation 1. So this is the main space station where he collects all these strange and exotic animals and sort of stores them, sort of like he's trying to save the species from the planet Plex, simply because he knows Plex is going to self-implode very shortly. So he's the guy that goes out and try and collects one of each, well, two of each species really. So that's a bit of the backstory for this build. So on to the build. What are we building? Well, it's going to be some sort of flying fortress space station that sits in the outer atmosphere of the planet Plex, away from prying eyes. It's not just Pedro that uses this station. He also has like some guards that fly ships that you'll see later on, and the spaceships are basically going to be put on so that he can sort of like gauge the size of how big this space station is. So for now I'm just going to check the instructions and totally ignore what it says on that page, because this is kitbashing 101, and yeah, I don't even know why I'm reading that instructions. The instructions there don't even look like what I've got on the table. So come on, let's start kitbashing. I'll start by gluing the fuselage together, which is quite simple, just two pieces stuck together. Then I'm going to stick the bottom part of the plane down and then attach the wings to the top. I have some gaps in the hull of the USS Enterprise. No, not the spaceship, but the boat. I'm just going to plug the gaps and let that set, so I'll put that to one side. I attach some pew pew guns to either wing of the plane or spaceship, as it's going to be. Then, because the nose looks kind of unnosy, I'll just add the cone to the front of the ship, whichever. And this is why I love to kitbash, simply because I can make anything with any kinds of plastic, and I'm fusing a boat to a plane, which is sort of like great. So yep, I've just stuck the fuselage of the plane into the hull of the boat, and then I'm going to turn it the other way around, or the right side up, depending on how you're looking at it. And I'm going to use the top bit, which is the hull. That is going to become obviously the top, because I've just said that. But the bottom, I'm just going to use some styrene that I've just cut out and made sure it fitted, and that's going to be stuck to the back. You'll see why very shortly. I got some clear domes that I don't know if you can really see, but these are going to be like the domes where they do the testing and all that malarkey, laboratory stuff. So I'm just going to add some either side of the onto the styrene, sorry. Then this is where I'm going to start incorporating some of the sprues. Some of the sprues have some really cool sort of shapes, and this is a cool one. It's a round circle that I'm just going to carefully nip out of the sprue and incorporate it onto my build. So if you're new here, why not subscribe? It'll only take you a minute to join the Terrain by Aaron community. And if you got this far and want to leave a comment, then put this code word at the start, so I know you got here before skipping to the glamour shots, and the code word is think I'll just drop it in later on in the video, so then you'll just have to listen all the way through for the code word. Mwahahaha. So as you can see, I'm just slowly building up layer by layer with sprues and other bits of model kit. I want the space station to look like it's a work in progress and always getting expanded and progressing. And for those of you who know, this is, look at that dramatic shot then. Let's just zoom back in a little bit. Thank you very much. This is a Fortnite toy that I got from a thrift store, cheap and cheerful. And I'm going to incorporate this to the build. Now I'm going to attach magnets to the bottom of the base of the balloon, so the magnets will fit onto my space station, so then I can take the balloon off, so it'll be easier to paint. So I'll just zip through this quick, and there we go, that's what I mean. So it's easy to lift off. I think one of the magnets just came off with it. Bloody hell, back to the drawing board. Regular subscribers would know that it's never a terrain by Aaron build unless something breaks or doesn't work. So this is just one of many of the catalogue of disasters. Well, it's not really a disaster, but yeah, I'm gonna have to just wait for that to set again. Erase that last bit from your mind and marvel at my ingenuity that magnets stick, and look, it holds as well. Okay, let's get on to the build of the balloon. I'm just going to cut this chisel off, and then I'm just going to cover it with some various bits of styrene cut into different shapes, just to give it like it's been patched up over the many years of it being in the outer atmosphere. And then I thought I'd give it some little battle damage and scars. This is the rotary tool, and guess what? The rotary tool doesn't have a name. If anybody is listening to this bit of the section, put in the comment what we can call the rotary tool, and I'll pick one out of the hat. So now it's named that rotary tool. I have some Lego pieces that I'm going to use and make into cargo containers. Unfortunately, I didn't film all this because I forgot to. Yes, 2.5 years, nearly 3 years into YouTube, and I'm still forgetting to film stuff. Don't blame me. So then I decided that the Lego pieces were too precious to cut up, so what I'm going to do is just use foam board instead, because it's going to be lighter than the Lego, well, ish, and probably easier to cut and trim down. So that's the cubes for my containers, and then what I'll do is I'll get some corrugated cardboard and just make panels and stick them panels onto the foam board and then get them painted up. And because you don't believe me, that's the cardboard that I used. Alright, I'll quickly show you how I did it. So just hot glue it and then stick the cardboard on and then trim the cardboard off around the foam board. Easy. So back to the build. As you can see, I've really built it up now, so it looks like scaffolding on the underside of the space station, and now it's for the top side. So let's get it into frame. Yep, there we go. I'll have to rectify that. So yeah, so now it's time for the top bit. So I want to start with putting something in that bit that goes to the balloon, just so it looks like there's some sort of engine or propulsion going up to the balloon. And I just fashioned some stuff together from some of the kits and just made that. So I'm just going to glue all that together. I think half of that came from the boat actually, not from the plane. It's time to attach the front bits to the propellers, and while I do that, the code word for this video is Major Tom, and it'll be interesting to see how many people actually quote the code word. A bit of piping is added to make it look like some sort of air vent or something going to the lower decks. And then some more random pieces from the model kits is added to the front end, and this is going to be the wing, which is going to be at the front. So it's going to look strange, but don't worry, it's my space station and this is how I want it to look. I fashion out some sort of I don't know, engine or something from a yogurt bottle, and some bits of sprue and bits of kit really, and stick it into place. For the smaller spaceships to land and take off from, I'm going to use this. This is the top half of the USS Enterprise boat, and I'm just going to cut it into 2 or maybe 3. Either way, there'll be a landing strip either side of the space station. So I just made the score down the plastic, and come on, brute force and ignorance, ladies and gentlemen. So that's one bit of the landing strip, and just need to pick another side for the other side. Did that make sense? Not really, but I know what I'm talking about. So now I have my 2 landing pads or strips or whatever you want to call them. It's time to add it to the space station. As you can see, I've also added more bits and pieces to the space station. That green thing that's at the back, that is from a water pistol. I've just added some greeblies to it and stuff like that, and I'm just sticking the landing strip to one side of the spaceship station, whatever, and then the other side gets stuck right there, obviously. I wanted the space station to keep the propellers, so I'm just putting them into place. And then it's a quick test fit just to see how it's going to look, and that's with the balloon on the top, and it looks kind of awesome, if I don't say so myself. But I did. Anyway, it's on the turny table, which means it's going to get primed grey, and that's the base colour that I'm going to use. And now it's on to the colours. Let's take that top bit off before it falls off. I'm going to use a brown just to cover all of it, because I want to try and do some weathering effects with some of the chipping medium that I have. I'm confident it's going to work this time. So I just cover it all in brown. I do the same to the balloon, so that gets a good coating of the brown colour. Shameless plug for the channel incoming. Like and sub. Thank you. As I said, I'm going to use some chipping medium from Green Stuff World, and I coat that and the balloon all in the chipping medium. Leave that to dry thoroughly. The balloon is still a bit wet, so I'm going to start with the black on the space station. I'm going to black out the engine just so then I can cut. Oh, here we go. Anger is making its point today. For some reason, either it doesn't like these paints that I've got, or it's just crap. And if viewers don't know what Anger is my airbrush. The subscribers picked the name for me because it makes me angry every time I use it, because it doesn't work most of the time, or just splutters out stuff. Anyway, move on. I also spray various parts of the underneath black just to give it that sort of shadowy highlights. I decided I wanted to paint the space station red, so here goes the red. Now it looks vibrant, but I assure you, once it dries it tones itself down very nicely. And then I'm just going to do some pre-shading on the landing strip. It's going to be grey, but then I'll paint over that and then paint over that, so don't worry about that colour right now. I'll start with a copper on the engine, and to make sure the balloon ties in with the space station, that also gets painted red. Hang on now, Aaron's getting technical. He's got the masking tape out. What I'm going to do is just try and mask off the bottom bit, because I want to paint the top bit a different colour. And once that had dried, it was time to carefully, he says while he's just making a total hash of that, get the masking tape off the model. I'm a sucker for go faster stripes, so I'm going to put some on this space station. And then I go over with a diluted black all over the landing pads. But you can't see that because of my big chunky monkey hands. My apologies. I leave the paint for a couple of minutes to let it ponder life and then decide to wipe it all off just to give it that sort of streak effect, which is a sort of weathered effect. The Go Faster stripes have dried, so I'll just take off the masking tape. And then it's time to see if my chipping effect actually worked. So with a slightly damp brush, I just start rubbing away at the red, and sure enough, brown appears. And it's sort of, that's the colour that I wanted. It looks like it's been hit by meteors and, you know, little firefights and stuff like that. So it's a nice little subtle effect. And I do that all the way around the space station. Then after all that's done, it's on to the little planes that will be sort of, well, they're that small that you probably think they're spaceships or jet fighters or something like that. Anyway, I'm just going to paint them, weather them up, and then stick them onto the spaceship. This is my homebrew vintage 2021 black wash that is still going strong. I made it with some black acrylic paint, some water, and some dishwasher liquid, and it still works. It looks lovely. So I'm just going to pour some into a cup and then plaster the entire spaceship with my black wash. I'll let it sit for a little while and then just dab all the excess off, just leaving you know, dark bits here and there. And while all that dries, it's time to glue the space jets to the space station. So all that's left to do now is assemble the model and get it onto for the glamour shots. So thank you very much for stopping by. I appreciate all your support. Please like, share, subscribe, leave comments, try and leave the code word for this week if you can. And until next time, keep scratching that build, everybody. Thanks for watching.